Hey everybody, Rodman here. Thanks for tuning in to Starsector. So before I get started, I just wanted to go over some tips I got. So, Scrawny Nerd suggested that I change my tachyon beams from alternating, which they currently are at, to just linked. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm also going to change my ship around a little bit and then set it as a blueprint so I can make them more easily. So the first thing I'm going to do is take away those the ballistic drivers that I had and put in dual flat cannons. This is going to help protect me from sort of the harassment that I've been getting. If I go to weapon groups here, let's go ahead and put the flat cannons on 4. And then group 1 is the tachyon lances. Instead of alternating, we're going to do linked, which means they all blast at once. My worry is that especially for small ships, it's going to be a little overkill. But yeah, that's fine. Now, as for autofits, what we're going to do is assign the current variant. So let me go over this a little bit more carefully because I haven't really done autofits yet. If you go to autofit, you can select what you want to autofit. And here's my current variant. If I click an empty slot, I can then say this is the generic elite that this rolled off the line with, or my current ship. So I'm going to select my current ship, and that is now an autofit. Which means if I go over to the Tragic Hysteria ship and go autofit and select delete, it will do its best to mimic my ship identically. As you can see here, it is identical other than the dual flat cannons because there wasn't dual flat cannons in storage. And then I think it's also missing the dual front shield conversion, or the front shield conversion, which we can add just manually. All right, so there you go. That's sort of how the autofit works. And that was Ozian's suggestion there. Another one was from Pandora's Box, mentioning that in here, it was sort of a well-designed Astro, and I tested this offline, and I particularly liked it. So, essentially, it is... I don't have the right bombers, I don't think, at the moment, but the design is basically a big ship killer, and I kind of love that. So, we've got these Hurricane finishers, and then what I'm going to try to do is a full complement of Khopesh bombers. So right now I have these Cobra bombers. These Cobra bombers are just finisher ships as well. They're not particularly well suited, I guess. So let's see what I can do about that. Custom Productions, fighters. I don't have the Khopesh bombers, so that's just something I'm gonna have to buy. What I could do in lieu is put in, what is Dagger Wings? Yeah, let's try Dagger Wings for now rather than the Cobra Wings. The Cobra Wings are just like super finishers. And another thing I wanted to do is, at this point, I've shown enough of these sort of, yeah, I think I'm giving away what I'm doing. I've shown enough of the sort of tutorial colony building. So I'm unshackling myself. First things first, I'm going to put all of my spare weapons in storage in case I need it. And I'm going to be rolling out my alpha cores. This might be a mistake. I don't know. I haven't done really a risk assessment for this. So the way to use these is if I go to colonies, the first one I'm going to add in is in the heavy industry. I'm going to add an AI core. So what this AI core is going to do, it reduces the demand. It reduces the upkeep cost by 25%. It reduces the demand by 1 unit, which means it takes less transplutonics and metals to make stuff, and increases the production by 1. And additionally, my administrator here is going to be fired, and I'm going to put in an AI core as well. An AI core has all of the administrative skills and none of the upkeep, none of the cost of paying an administrator. So that is my first alpha core usage, or my first 2 alpha core usages. Let's see. Yes, I don't have a lot of credits right now, so I'm not going to do any growth incentives or anything like that. Now, these alpha cores are most assuredly, there we go, immediately Liveweta gets targeted by the Luddic path. Yeah, that's pretty much what's going to happen. One of the reasons why I've held off on this is I didn't want to constantly be harassed and harangued. But, you know, the box is out, or whatever. The Pandora's box is now open. And then the last colony here, Perdition, I will also... Oh, you know what? Let's see. I have a beta core. What I think I'm going to do is actually go over to Liveweta. Yep, and now Bezel is targeted too. Yes, not a surprise. Liveweta, I am going to take the alpha core out, put the beta core in. And instead, I'm going to put a alpha core as governor here. I think alpha cores as governors are probably going to be the most bang for my buck in terms of money. So if I take a look at my net income here, let's do this again. As you can see, my net income dramatically goes up. What's going to end up happening, I could have just assigned them that way, but what's going to end up happening is I'm going to draw some serious attention from pretty much most of the other factions. So what I need to do is figure out where these terror cells are at. And there's really no one talking to me about terror cells. Nope. The next big upgrade I'm going to want to do is at Liveweta, I'm going to want to upgrade to Orbital Works. So that's 300,000. So I'm still going to, ill-advised or not, I'm still going to, let's just sell stuff to my local markets. Yeah, so as I was saying, ill-advised or not, I'm still going to do some bounty hunting. As soon as I get an Orbital Works, most of the sort of harassment, the daily harassment that we would normally face is going to be curtailed. Alright, so there is a big fight over here. Let's head to it. Sounds good to me. Now if I check colony threats, let's go to colony threats. As you can see, there is now a whole bunch of colony threats. I guess it's coming from Beta Hufra. And at the moment, it's just lowering my stability. But what I could do is disrupt that base, and I'm definitely planning on it. After I fight these 4 hybrid battleships. Ow. Oh, it hit my, oh, man. Unfortunately, that storm hit the one ship I really wouldn't want to have hit, which is my own battleship. So as you can see, my combat readiness is down a bit, which means if I have to putz around, all right, longbow wing. If I have to putz around this the system, that's kind of okay. Oh, repairs already completed. What are you doing? Stupid pirate corsair. Alright, let's check out this bounty. Actually, the bounty might not even be here. I just sort of assumed it. Bounties. You are... Barren World in the Ya star system. Well, there's the Barren World. So let's head on over there. Turn off my transponder. We don't need to tell them that I'm coming. Although they would fight me. They're not going to flee. It's a pretty sizable fleet. Yeah, it's a huge fleet. Moving to engage. Alright, I'm going to leave... Let's Let's do the astral. All right, so this is tough. All right, so these 3 ships I'm going to deploy. We are going to go for sensor Jamma Gamma. So here's what the multiple attacks at one fire look like. That hits my flux. What was that? About 8k immediate flux. That's kind of my worry. Scrawny nerd is why I didn't do this, but that's all right. Let's just hope it turns out well. I think what I'm going to do is actually tell these ships not to be too aggressive. I'm a little worried that my onslaught's just going to go headfirst into something it can't deal with. Looks like one of my tack lasers is on the wrong auto group too, but that's not going to kill me. It's still on auto fire, so it doesn't really matter. As soon as I have the deployment points for some reinforcements, which the first one I'll get in 3 points, I'm going to start sending in reinforcements. This is a big old fight of relatively geared ships. Come on, stop flying away from me. I love battleships, but they're certainly not fast. I think I preferred it on alternating. Although, hits are pretty nice. And there's the big bombers. Let's finish that ship off. I'm going to fortress up. That's why it sounds like I'm deaf. Come out of fortress, swinging. Fortress again. I'd like to get this ship off of my 6. Let's send in the Apogee to go rendezvous with me. Now I'm a little worried about just stray super torpedoes or something like that that just... Oh, I just overloaded myself. I should have worried about that a little bit more. Yeah, alternating mode is really the way to go. Alright, well the Apogee's here and I'll be a little bit more careful with my flux. Let's get this hammerhead out of my way. Looks like the onslaught does need my help, but super lasers are here. We almost have enough for the Dominator. I'm not exactly sure who the bounty was on. Oh, you're so dead. Yeah. As I worried, yeah, it's totally overkill. I might not actually need reinforcements. We're doing pretty well here. Nice. Bombers rip them up good. All my tachyon beams just hit debris. It's not all that ideal. And I think that's the other conquest up to my left. Alright, hitting fortress shields, because right now I'm tanking everything. I'm going to tell these guys to go attack the weakened conquest. Now, the Paragon's special ability is sort of a very, very temporary, but a sort of get-out-of-jail-free card, because Fortress Shield is very, very hard to break, as you can see. But I can't sit here forever. Unfortunately, despite telling my escort ships to go face first to that conquest, they're not doing it. So I'm going to risk a... this is going to hurt. There we go. Come on. I told all of you to go fight that conquest. But are you? Alright, that got some good hits. I'm almost up over my flux, but that conquest is about to go down. Alright, my next conquest is a new conquest. Conquests are... I know it looks as if I'm slicing them up a new one. Well-geared conquests are very, very powerful. I just want to make that clear. That... yes, I'm stomping them, but these guys might not be outfitted all that intelligently. Really, Apogee? Really? For real? Just cut me off. Now my onslaught is taking stupidly high damage because that Apogee just cut me off. Alright, here we are. Alright, Apogee. Good for you. Yeah, I gotta admit, the linked tachyons are fun, but they are way a waste of flux most of the time. Alright, so who's left? We've got a Condor in the south that I'm going to ignore. I'm going to head up north, or up, or whatever. Directions in space are weird. I can't honestly say I've noticed too much of a difference with the flat cannons yet. Oh, there they go. No, I mean, they're doing something. There we go. Now I can see the flak actually working. I'm not sure that the flak plus lasers are all that useful, though. I don't know. I might change them up. Oh, you coming in? Alright, I think all their remaining are just like crappy herons that really have no chance of taking me down. Fighters are being deployed. Maybe it might be another conquest. Somehow doubt it, though. Alright, they are formally defeated. Rather than waste more time, clean them up, I am going to pursue them with a second in command. Ship recovery. Got some conquests out of it. I will recover them. And a ton of ships. Alright, so the bounty is done. I have just over 30,000, or 300,000. 30,000. Let's go upgrade to Orbital Works. We're already pissing off a bunch of enemy factions. Why stop now? The world's in my local neighborhood. I might as well start to survey just because. Doesn't hurt. Alright, I'm going to survey this one last planet, and then I'm going to go check out the local Pather cells. Try to put a stop to them. Let's do an emergency. Oh, I'm good. Nope, didn't get hit. Sumo got hit. Alright, so we made the new apogee that we can swap out. A whole bunch of income, as you can see, too. My projected income, let's see. That's pretty good. That's pretty good for next month. Now, the average belter ships are going to get better and better and better as time goes on. The orbital works and the beta core is definitely going to help out a lot. Now, because I'm not starving for cash, I can put the weapons and fighters in storage here, allowing me to more easily load out whatever I need. Oh, there's a mercenary officer. You're steady. Nope. They were a carrier ship officer. I actually need to make my way over to Bezel. Now, as you see, the Belter's detachment looking bigger, right? All right, here's the open market. I don't mind paying the tax. Let's refuel at my fuel refinery. Wow, they don't have any spare anything. Another thing I need to do is the conquests. If I wanted to keep... no, I'm not going to keep them. Alright, let's refit and strip them for parts. So, any components that are on them, we've got. And, as you can imagine, I'm probably... Well, let's put the weapons away. There wasn't actually that many weapons. Over to Bezel again and offload these guys. I, surprisingly enough, have the crew to man them up. Alright, so on the open market, we'll sell these bad boys. Glitch. So here is how to do a quick refit. So autofit. We are going to select this style, right? And then let's go pick up our ships at Livoetta. Oh, we are over-fueled. Because I sold those conquests. Whoopsie. Storage. There. We're actually over-crewed, too, considerably. I'd rather not pay them if I could help it. Fleet, take... Repair it. So if I go into... So here's the two ships, right? We've got the old one that has broken problems, right? What I'm going to do is name this one Glitch. I am going to repair it up again. If I go to the fleet here, I am going to refit it and strip it down so all the weapons that were on it are usable. Then I'm going to go to audfit here and confirm, and now it puts all of the weapons back, and then I'll put Rose is the pilot, meaning that this old glitch is ready to just be broken down or sold or whatever. Taking a look. Yeah, I wouldn't say that this is an amazingly designed apogee, but I don't think it really matters all that much. All right, fleet. Let's go back down to bezel. And sell the old one. And then we're all set. So we don't have any damaged ships in our fleet anymore, which is great. If they had things that made them more costly or something, you know, that's been resolved. All right, resource stockpiles. Probably, wow. So these are just free resources that I am manufacturing that I could go, oh, no, this is not my storage. This is the storage. I thought all that stuff was free for a second. My bad. Another refit was the fighter bays. So instead of Cobras, ooh, we could do Tridents, but two Tridents, and sorry to strip you for parts, or rather to reduce, then put some daggers. I'm curious how they work, the Trident wings and the dagger wings. Oh, and let's put fence back in. All right, not quite what we wanted. Taking a look at the production orders. Is there anything I can order here? Anything more fun? Ship hauls. I could order myself another tanker if I wanted to. Sure, I'll order a tanker. And then this is not a... This is sort of the lesser onslaughts. You can get 14th Battle Group. I was wrong. You can get 14th Battle Group onslaughts. You just have to probably go to war with the hedge in order to get it. Okay. Well, maybe another Starliner. All right, we're good. Colony threats, let's go assess that, because we definitely, absolutely pissed off just about everything. So this one is harassing Live Whiteout Bezel and others. Ooh, my new glitch is super damaged. I did not realize that. Another thing I could do is for the doctrines and blueprints, regenerate an average heavy patrol. Because we now have a beta core. What is going on here? Fleet. All right, Kevin. It said that one of my ships in my fleet was severely damaged and I couldn't harbor jump out, but I think that was a bug or something, because that is not true. Alright, let's head to Beta Huffer. The Luddic Church expedition was defeated. Oh no. If I'm going to go to war with a faction, it's going to be the Luddites. The Church. First. Nobody likes them. My oh no was definitely sarcasm. Alright, Megaport at Perdition is done. So Perdition's going to be making even more money. Yowie. This is Beta Huffra. Okay, I've definitely got the right spot. Break you down for salvage, and I'm sure they like to set up around planets, so they're probably over here somewhere. Oh, I saw one of their fleets just headed to where I broke that down. Alright, let's kill their burn level. Where are you? Come on, you definitely have some sort of base around here somewhere. Right, this one I'm going to hack. Increase my sensor range. Let's try the neutrino. Neutrino's telling me that something's up this way. Could be a false positive. Oh, wow. Monthly income's up and up and up. Thinking false positive. I'm gonna keep chasing the blips. Maybe you're not here. No, it really... I could go to the core worlds and see if I could pay off someone that wants shelter from... but let me do one last pass. I feel like it should be pretty easy to find them. I'm probably almost out of volatiles, though. I have 14 volatiles left. Oh, are you around this planet? I think you are. Military options. Alright, let's go with... let's just trash this thing. Oh, you know what? I didn't fix my my alternating rather than linked. Oh well. All right. Here's my flat cannons. It's beautiful. And this is a pretty easy base to destroy. Let's get range. So 3 shots and it's dead. Definitely deployed a few too many for a fight like this. Hey, Dominator. How are you doing? 3, 2, pop. Stupid ship chunks in the way. Alright. Oh, really? I had escaped. Oh, there we go. Claim victory. I don't want your stupid ships. Taking a look at colony threats. Okay, as you can see, they are disrupted for 1 year and 180 days, so that's not really a threat anymore. Not for a while, at least. Other bounties. Sure. I don't mind pirate hunting. Now, keeping my reputation up with the other factions while I'm building up my military strength is important. I don't want all of the other factions to war with me all at once until I'm truly ready for it. Because, you know, death, etc. I'm getting pretty close to being... Oh, you know what? What does it say? Oh, I already know it's in the tile system. Oh, maybe I don't. Base has been targeted. I don't... I take it back. I don't exactly know where it is. It's definitely somewhere here around here. I found you. Pretty sure. Yep. So what we should expect, now that I've used those alpha cores, what would be good now that I'm using the alpha cores is to do actually a little bit more deep space exploration to possibly find some additional alpha cores, because once you're using them, you might as well just use as many as you can. Once your interest value goes over the 7 number, right, the enough to piss off the Ludic path, it doesn't really matter how much you piss them off. Once they're pissed, they're pissed. You might as well just go full tilt. So, with that in mind, it wouldn't hurt to go to sort of the unexplored parts of the galaxy and find what I can find, see what I can see, to the ends of maybe we get... maybe we get, you know, more alpha cores. There's also, I was offered a mission for an alpha core, or to go find one. I can do that tech cache mission as well. I might not have enough flux to take... No, I don't, really. Venting while getting shot at. Maybe not the wisest thing, but... front of my ship is tough enough I can take it. Oh, there's debris in the way. Come on, debris. Float away. Time to do some cleanup. That's good enough. Persian League is getting a little friendly with me because I've been doing missions for them. Not to say that they won't get pissed that I'm going high tech. Let's see about this tech cache. So if I want to hit that tech cache, let me stockpile up on supplies and fuel. And actually, you know what I should do? I'm going to head to the nearest core world. Where am I? Let's go to Yama. And sell off just some of the heavy machinery and other such junk that I've got on me. Oh, Tritachyon! Doing a little expedition to Bezel. Let's see. One, they are outmatched entirely. Alright, I bribed them. The Tritachyon are the one faction I kind of want to try to stay a little friendly with, so it plays to my favor to just sort of bribe them so that I don't hurt my own rep. Alright, I'm dumping a crazy amount of money into growth incentives, attempting to get my planets to grow. But now that I've got a pretty decent income, I don't really need to worry about chasing down too much money. All right, here's trade goods. Gonna sell most of my heavy machinery. I'll sell these weapons. I don't need to be collecting every type of weapon constantly. It just sort of takes up storage space. Alright, I am looking for Kopish bombers. Didn't find any. Alright, I'm going to head back to Rama. I'm heading back to Rama to pick up my tanker. And that way I'll have more fuel to get... oh, my monthly income is almost $500,000 now, as you can see. It is just insane. What I'm going to do is, I don't really have a lot that I want to buy, so I'm just going to immediately reinvest it. Really, almost every last penny I can into growth incentives. Now, growth incentives are very, very expensive. I'm not going to deny that. But they do provide sort of permanent benefits because as your population grows, you know, your planets will produce more, do more, etc. We're right now in the stage where I'm going to be using a lot of my money and reputation to try to avert some of the expeditions, as my market share, my galactic market share climbs, and my interest, you know, climbs as well. We are definitely going to be pissing people off, so it's important that I'm sort of on top of that. All right, so here we are. We wanted to take some ships, so we're going to take maybe just the fuel ship. Let's quickly refit this. So we've got one tanker. I'm going to refit this and auto-fit just a super tanker. And then auto-fit this to confirm. So now they're the same. That should extend my distance range. Filling myself with fuel and supplies. We don't need that many supplies, but fuel and some supplies. No, more than that. Less than that. All right, 2,200 supplies. What about... Yeah, and as far as crew, we're fine. We're going to owe a lot at the end of the month for, well, for you know, all that we just traded. Fleet. I don't care too much about the civilian transport because we don't need a whole lot of crew. Oh, this Pather is telling me where one of the bases are. Sure. Alright, so Epsilon Hofra has a base as well. Maybe I hit that on my way out. Now, I just want to warn you all that alpha cores are very, very powerful, but they're not like... You shouldn't use them too early, because, yeah, you're going to get trashed by the expeditions if you're not ready for them. All right, let's break down this nav buoy. And go find... Oh, well, there's a Pyrodone something or another here, too. Oh, never mind. The Luddites just took control of it. Yep, you are just sitting right around here. Now my Astral, I picked the Astral because it is full of finishers. And I keep forgetting to unlink these tachyons. I'm just going to have to like pinch myself continually to remember. So I don't believe, I could be wrong, but I don't believe this base actually posed a threat because we had disrupted all the Pather cells that were harassing any of our own colonies. But blowing this up will further disrupt them. Now, I might be wrong about this, but as far as I know, there's really no way to, like... Oh yeah, here we go. Super finishers. As far as I know, there's really no way to permanently stop the terror cells. It's just, they are a... you know, something you're just going to have to live with once your interest value climbs over 7. So if you don't like it, you can either mod them out, keep your interest value below 7, which is not as... It's not always possible. Because, because sometimes you just need to have, like, an orbital works with a nano forge, right? Or you're just never going to get big fleets. So it's risk versus reward, in my opinion. It's like, do I have enough resources and manpower to, and stability in my systems to deal with the constant threat of Pather cells, or do I not? And for me, I think once I got that heavy works cranking out, the answer was yes. I do have enough to deal with the Pather cells. All right, so the tech cache is not going to be a walk in the park. It is about 3K to get 3K fuel to get there, and I've got 8K fuel, so that's not so much of a problem. Pirate activity in Rama, yeah, yep. So if I check the colony threats again, actually, I'm not even sure why that. Yeah, in truth, I don't even know what that Pather base. It must have been doing terror cells on the core worlds, but there was no bounty on it because I'm not richer. Maybe there was no reason to blow it up other than screw the Pathers. So we're headed to deep space. I did mention wanting to find more alpha cores, so the tech cache is sort of a guaranteed one, but while I'm out here, not that I have a ton of heavy machinery, what I have, 120 of it, but it might be a good idea to survey the worlds that look promising, you know, ones that have ruins, etc. I've not been doing that sort of exploration in a long time, because I fear that it's maybe not the most interesting. It's a bit of a gamble, obviously. It's not the most interesting content to watch for you all. But it does provide huge benefit. Like, if I wanted to be in a teeny little, like, cargo ship that was very fast and maneuverable... oh, wow, it's further. Okay, I could, you know, I could explore the galaxy and get tons and tons of important tech for very little cost. This game allows you to maximize your efforts in that way if you so wish. So, for instance, what I'm doing right now with this huge fleet, it's not economically all that smart to take a massive fleet on a very long journey unless you know there's a big battle ahead. I'm just doing e-burn. Oh, these systems tend to have, seem to have a lot of planets. All right, so I think we're here. Yeah, we're here. So it's somewhere in here. The tech core. Let's read this again. Tech cache. Wants an alpha core from a cache. All right. There we are. Oh, it's a pulsar. That's gonna be annoying. So they have some automatic defenses. I'm just gonna field some of the big ships here. And again, I didn't pinch myself hard enough. I still have the linked tack lance. I'll probably want to take the other Paragon off the linked as well. Go to alternating. Now, one thing about these remnant fleets is they fight to the bitter end. So I do have to blow them up. Okay, there we go. And when you only field large ships, that is often a problem because they sometimes run. So I can either put the Alpha Core in a shielded crate or take the core for myself. I'm going to take the core for myself. Additionally, this is a tech cache, so there was a ton of other technology. So let's take a look at what I got. I got an Alpha Core. I got low-tech blueprints for Dominator, Mora, stuff like that. The Colossus blueprints. The Atlas Super Freighter blueprint. Let's learn that. The Conquest blueprint for the battlecruisers. Yep. The Medusa-class destroyers. Squall MLRS. Phase Lance, and Clawwing. Some pretty good blueprints there. All right. Of course, as far as the mission goes, I looted it, and, you know, it was sort of you have to pick a path for this, and I picked the Be Greedy path. Alright, so I'm taking a look. I'm going to have to fly away from this neutron. I don't want to get neutron blasted, but I'm sort of curious if any of the worlds around here... I don't think any of them had ruins or anything. I don't think you'd... Okay, there was really nothing in that. You wouldn't ever want to colonize a neutron star system. Alright, so let's go ahead and start to head home with our Alpha Core. So I could put this Alpha Core in the soon-to-be Orbital Works, and that would make some seriously good fleets. But before I go home, I want to see if there's anything... Oh! Not another neutron! Okay, so there's a ton of planets here, but of course there's another neutron star that's just blasting the hell out of it. Alright, so I got a mothership location, and it's actually pretty close. So that's a very good lead for some good science. I'm just going to have to... Oh, Level is being targeted by the hegemony. Alright, any ruins over here? Nope. Nope. There's something around there. This planet. Another probe. With a lead to some ultra-rich. I don't really care about that. Alright, there's something in this... over here. Oh, there's a barren world in there? And then there's these worlds here that I wasn't able to get to either. Neutrons being neutrons. No, there's nothing going on over here. Alright, I'm not going to worry about those last three worlds. I'm just going to assume. So, of my colony threats, let's see. You guys are outmatched. I'll just pay them off. I have a lot of money. Livelletta, you're going to get your orbital works in 18 days. And then, once I get home, I can slap this Alpha Core in. And that would mean it would be... The fleets I'm going to have are going to be much, much larger. So, let's see. What else? There was new intel, so I don't care about that intel. Where's my... Oh. The mothership's actually in this system I just left. Let me redo this. Motherships are, generally speaking, worth it. Oh, there we are. the domain era cryo sleeper with some automated defenses. Oh, it has just one big battleship. I like it. Definitely don't underestimate the Remnant battleship, though. As you can tell, it's pretty dangerous. Struggling to... There we go, finally. Woo! Alright, claim the victory. Pick through the wreckage. Let's take a second to read this. Long-haul cryo systems were built to last for centuries of interstellar travel, so it's no surprise that most of the pod support machinery reads as functional. While Safe Sleeper Revival is beyond the capability of your fleet... God, this sounds like... Outer Worlds. A colony established in this system could benefit a huge influx in population if built facilities to awaken the long-haul sleepers. Your executive officer cautions that it's unknown whether having sleepers make up a large percentage of the colony's population would cause any physical or psychological issues down the line. AKA, if I chose to colonize this system, which, honestly, as I just explained, given a neutron star... would be super, super ill-advised, we would get a big boon in population. Alright, there's also automated defenses for this one. Let's just deploy, like... I've got supplies. Let's just deploy, like, a ton of ships. Because it's humorous to just blow them out of the sky. Well, look at you. Big boy. Let me focus on the smaller ones first. Don't bump me, Dominator. Boom! There goes the mothership. Okay, so we got preliminary survey data for some systems in the Alpha Gibidigi, whatever it's called. We also have a pristine nano forge for our efforts. Let me move this stuff down because this is stuff we don't ever want to accidentally sell. I'm absolutely over my storage capacity. But I'm going to take the supplies. All right. Are we in Alpha, whatever it's called? No. So the intel we got is for over here. Not interesting. Super not interesting. Not interesting. All right, these planets suck. Okie dokie. Well, guys, that's about it for me. I'm just about out of time, but I'm very eager to see where the alpha cores and the ramp up of my military takes me. Likely, as I alluded to, we're going to go to war with some of the factions I find the least reputable. If you have any tips, tricks, feedback for me, drop me a line. I do hope that you enjoyed this episode, and I'll catch you all next time. Thanks for watching, everybody. Adios.